The fall. Julie opened the patio doors, her face tear-stained wet. A light gust of wind moved her long fringe over her eye, and instinctively she flicked her head, sending it back into place. She walked barefoot across the terracotta tiles towards the railing, and looked out over at the view. There were sailboats in the bay. The sun was shining. It was a perfect day. She held the railing tight and lowered her gaze down past all 50 floors until she reached the road below. Then, without warning, she lifted her grip, jumping over the railing. She watched her apartment moved out of view and the next floor slide into sight. She admired the large-leaf pot plant and its planter sitting on the patio below. The noise. She hadn't thought there would be any, but the rush of air was much louder than she had imagined. Her eyes squinted as she rolled for a moment facing the sun. She felt like she was moving, so slow until she turned back towards the apartment block and realized she was halfway down. The events of the day started flooding into her mind. The argument she'd had with her husband, the admission that he'd been cheating, that he didn't love her anymore, and that he was leaving. 2 hours ago she had everything: a handsome, wealthy husband, a penthouse apartment, a life. She turned, facing the ground. The asphalt raced to meet her. The street didn't look that far anymore. It never came up, but it was about children. She was sure his need to have a son to pass on the family name, to ensure his mortality, was the basis for this. The one thing that she could not give him had slowly eaten away at their life, and now ended this one. Julie squirmed and wriggled. She didn't want to see the end, and fought to turn over. She looked back to where she had fallen from, just as impact smashed her fragile body. The wind moved her fringe over her eye, but there was no instinctive movement. The fall.